Hello there. So, I'm kind of feeling under the weather a little bit, so I couldn't set up like the normal way. So, I decided to have another Maiyegun general live chat, just like this, to address again the current issues. And the normal way we do it, remember, I will be reading your comments and then I'll be reacting to them, just like interactive as it can be. So you can help me share it. So in the news, kidnappers took over Abuja, and this was like a days ago. And then they came the first time, took people. Then came second time, took another set of people. But today, the military said that they have rescued, in fact, they have rescued 20 of the victims. So, also, for some of you who have possibly seen the video of the attacks in Kodunga, now we have the report. I know we have time difference. Milady Latu Aruno. Yeah, and that is going to change. It's going to change back to the normal Nigerian time. That is going to be on the 28th or 29th of this month, just about 2-3 weeks away. So we're going to be on the regular time and then take it on from there. Okay. So if we have a spam text, I believe that the moderators on the platform are also watching. Please help. If you see any of those spam comments or something, please take them out. Right. But you know how we do it, right? I can lead the way. And then I can also read the comments, questions, react to them one after the other. so you can make them short enough for me to be able to see. So for the next half an hour or an hour, we can have probably a very good interactive session. So the insecurity in Nigeria, as much as a lot of people won't see it as big news, but for those of us who have been following things, we believe that the situation in Nigeria with this APC, Egbekegbe in charge, kind of make all of us vulnerable to become victims of any of this. And as much people would love it to, what do you call it? Would love to live in denial, like deny it or try to play it down. But every now and then we get to see the real victims who are indeed, of course, the people called the unfortunate Nigerians. In Edo State, right, the terrorists no longer wait for people to travel or go to their farms alone. They actually go into their homes to take them, and they will start demanding for all this ridiculous amount of money. So a few days ago, the news, in fact, it all started about a week ago when the video of that NYSC copper that got kidnapped. His family said they have paid 10 million naira already to the kidnappers. So the kidnappers are now demanding for even more. And stories like that abound everywhere, right? But the government in charge of Nigeria, they are duplicitous, they are diabolical, they are deceitful. And that is why every one of us, whether whether you are their supporters or you are not, it doesn't really matter. So that puts every one of us in that vulnerability, a vulnerable position where we can become victims anywhere. There are hotspots. So some people are questioning the relevance of the American troops in Nigeria, especially reading to what the killings, the harvest of killings in the last 72 hours alone in Nigeria. So they are questioning what happened to the American soldiers sent by President Donald Trump. Who are those controlling where they go to or what they do in Nigeria other than the NSA? So NSA is Ribadu. And the region that screamed out for Americans' help, the region continued to bleed right now. And I'm talking about the middle belt part of Nigeria, okay? So I saw the video. I don't know if you have seen it. Ordinarily I would have come here to show you. So there is this CCTV kind of video, right, that shown the before attacks, the before video of the attacks on Kodunga in Borno State. Do you know what they did in Kodunga? They attacked the military base. And this is just about 3 days ago. You get that now? So they attacked the military base, and it was hell of a war. The terrorists were able to make videos of the attack and the shooting, and they uploaded it. I got a copy, and I actually shared that on Maiyegun's diary, Politico. Now, the Nigerian sort of like battalion in that Kodunga, they fought for hours. Okay, so the first thing is that they actually saw the terrorists when they were migrating, moving to that military base. They had a prior CCTV, and they started calling the Air Force to give them area cover, in that sense that they will probably just bombard the terrorists en route. But guess what? They still got to that Kodunga, and they killed, on record, they killed 9 soldiers. Okay, carted away weapons and all that. But if you have seen that video, a lot of people who saw that video on Maiyegun's diary, Politico, felt like, oh my God, this is like pure war. So this is exactly what Nigerian soldiers face whenever they are confronting these terrorists. When the terrorists are fighting Nigeria, they throw everything inside into it. As they are launching their rocket launchers, Abi with the RPG, they are firing, throwing, bomb, throwing everything. It is only Nigeria that won't throw all of their own stuff in it at once. When Nigeria Air Force is bombing the terrorist base and all of that, right? You would expect the Nigerian army to do the ground sweep, to sweep the ground as the air force is bombing them and all that kind of operation that we see in movies. But in that of Nigeria, it is always inadequate or matched. Meanwhile, few places where they have done same thing, they have recorded very good success. So, and an average soldier in Nigeria will tell you the same thing, that the area supports when they're fighting the terrorists always makes it even more easier, okay, to destabilize the terrorists enough that they won't be so coordinated. But in that of Nigeria, Nigerian soldiers can be there for hours shooting at the Boko Haram. Boko Haram shooting back at the Nigerian soldiers, shooting enough that they actually intend to take over the space. Sometimes the soldiers will be able to repel them, right? Like have superior power that will last so long that the terrorists will just have to pull back. And in some cases, the camp will be overrun by the terrorists. Nigerian soldiers will be killed or slaughtered like nothing. And then you'll be wondering, and that's another thing. They have what I strongly believe that a policy of defense, the Nigerian army, the Nigerian security guys are mostly put on defense. I mean, they are the ones who are digging trenches, okay, building camps. Like they are going to be there, and they will be there for months, for years, because their job is to wait. Do you get it? Their job is to wait for the terrorists to come. Not like, despite gathering intels, intelligence report that tells them the locations of the position of the enemies, but they are not all the time allowed to go out there on assault or attack. So this idea, even if I am not a military, right? If I don't have a military background, as a civilian, is kind of like, defeatist sort of idea. That's not a military tactic that a country like Nigeria, because that simply means that they are only defending, waiting for the terrorists to come. And if the terrorists should come and they overrun that camp, they can just go and dig another trenches or whatever elsewhere to wait for them to come again. So it's only once in a while that when they got their something operation, fire this operation Nagode, then that is when they will bring the Air Force to start bombing some empty fields, some camps that most of the time those guys have already left, abandoned those camps, just waste of bombs, So, and that is the reason why the terrorists who attacked Ngoshe, that's another place in Borno State, where they have kidnapped over 300 people, right? And those 300 people right now, they are still in their custody. In Ngoshe, the terrorists are saying they are coming close to Abuja. Borno to Abuja is very far, but that's their confidence. Those ones who are operating in and around Abuja right now, they are just like their sleeper cells, Those ones who are going to be like little by little bringing back the terror. And who knows, the closer your election, the more horror Nigerians will be subjected to. You know what I mean? So, sorry, kind of like guessing a flash. So yeah, the thing now is that, I can read your own comments, react to them. Sorry, I've got here my lady, Latuaruno, and we've got Sir Kuleshita. Oh, brilliant. So 20 people have been rescued in Abuja, while 300 and more are currently in the captivity of the terrorists. And as for APC, it is not that bad, kind of. They want you to believe that not talking about it is actually a solution on its own. Because if you want to solve a problem, the one like the insecurity problems. There are some certain things that people need to know, and it starts from those who are the leaders. And sometimes you feel like it's not that they don't know, they do. Yeah. And that thing is that you cannot build anything, you cannot make any sustainable development happen in an environment where terrorists cannot be called their real names, where their sponsor are also those who are holding political positions, holding some important public institutions, right? So it simply means that you talking about growth, development without peace and security. And there's never going to be peace without justice. That's another thing. Number one, they can't name them. The government is not bold enough to name and proscribe those who are responsible for terrorism in Nigeria because they are compromised on their own, so they can't. And if they can't name those who are responsible for terrorism in Nigeria, they cannot prosecute them. And if they don't prosecute them, which is the justice for their victims, if they can't prosecute those who are responsible for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of lives lost, then their victims gets no justice. And when they have no justice, chaos, crime, and all of this madness you are witnessing in Nigeria will continue to happen. Do you see that now? So you need to have government that is willing to name and shame those who are responsible for this bloodbath in Nigeria. Any government, any responsible government must be able to do that. But we kind of believe that they can't do it. And they don't have the political will to do it. Then the people don't even have the political power to decide who leads them. Do you see the complication now? Yeah. And that is why the likes of Omoyele Sowore, someone that you can hope and wish gets the ears of Nigerians, A lot of us believe that, no, it won't. Because the way power plays in Nigeria and Africa, especially Nigeria, right? You know what those they call the vested interests. Vested interests are those whose interests overrides everyone else's interest. And they have so much influence. They are not invincible. They have so much influence on those who decide our fate, who decide how we're going to live, under what law, and how we're going to be treated, and so on and so forth, right? Makes it hard. And those ones in government ensure that institutions have become so, so weakened that they can't stand up for what is right, since those who are manning these institutions themselves were not really selected on merit. So the entire system becomes so corrupt, right, that the people who have lost their power, will make it difficult for somebody like Omoyele Sowore, for example, to probably attain the mandate of a sizable number of the citizens. I mean, if Omoyele Sowore becomes somebody who can pull up, up to 10, 15 million people willing to publicly identify with him and his ideology, decide to take on the system. So they are enough to cause a revolution, because there are those who are even in the camp of these rogues, who themselves are completely tired, because they can tell that these guys have completely lost it. So they are tired. They will join your revolution. But you have no idea how much, ruins these guys have done to millions of us. So it makes it difficult. And since it makes it difficult, people who have no political will to go after those who are targeting our lives, for whatever reasons that continue to motivate them, those who are meant to stop them have become so compromised that they don't have the political will, right, to go after those who are coming after our lives. So we are stuck, kind of. So I am going to ask for maybe 2 minutes break. I need to blow my nose, and I forgot my face towel. So give me a sec. I'm coming. Yeah. So I've cleared that a bit. And it's gonna make my eyeballs red now, like. So we've got a DKNY. I appreciated Trump for helping Nigeria. No matter what Trump do, I support him. But people are asking, are you sure? Sorry. Are we sure the help that Donald Trump promised is getting to the people that truly needs it? You get what I mean? So when the people of the Middle Belt were crying for help, and then the American evangelicals and others got a wind of that, so Christian genocide narrative was born enough that it got the attention of the government of America. Now, in December, I think it was early January or late December, early January rather, some American Marines and soldiers, they were in Nigeria, and they said the reason why they were coming to Nigeria was to continue to go after the terrorists, working in partnership with Nigeria and Nigerian soldiers, and we've seen them together. But the thing is that the area of operation is not decided by America, in my own opinion. It's pretty much probably decided by the office of the NSA, Rebadu, because that is where they are coordinating where and where they should go on and go after who and who, I believe. So right now, on the Middle Belt, they have not really seen any of these American soldiers in that context. They haven't, right? Adeza, when Musa Christopher was appointed Minister of Defense, everyone was happy. I mean. So everyone was happy that things will change. Rather, it changed for worse. I did not see any value he has added since in office. Value, Koko Adeza, we've spoken about that on Maiyegun's diary Politico, if you remember very well. He is going there to become a politician. Politicians are always all talks, no action. The entire system is compromised. That when he was a chief of, what was he again now? Was it not a chief of a defense staff? Was he? Yeah, chief of a defense staff, right? He was commanding thousands of people, okay, as soldiers in that theater. However, within that space, they are still managed to ensure that there are certain orders that cannot be given, despite the fact that on paper, he is the chief of defense staff. He is the one to give the last order once the commander-in-chief, the president. So once the president says no, that's a no. So he was just like a paper tiger at the time. So now becoming a minister, he's going to be a politician. The moment he becomes a minister, they said, oh, he's going to be controlling the Air Force, the Navy. Shut up your mouth. Every command still comes from somewhere. It is not as they appear. So being a minister just simply means he is now a politician. And being a politician, right, all those ideas, it's not going to bring anything fresh idea. No. It is going to probably be easier for him to understand why him as a soldier was unable to defeat Boko Haram, even though he was appointed to defeat the terrorists, but he's unable to. when he becomes that minister now, he's going to be attending all these their late night parties with women, this and that, drinks and all that. So it's going to be a different thing entirely to what a soldier, the life of a soldier. But of course, you know Nigeria now, they have to they have to like hype it. Hype it like it's not the same person who was in charge of the same army that promised to end the terrorism. But how did they go? Because the entire structure is compromised. There is no political will. So what he's going to learn now is how to lie to you, how to lie to people more. You get what I mean? By promising what he himself knows that he can't deliver. It's not going to happen. But as a politician, he would have to lie to you. Face you, look you straight in the eyes and lie to you. You know, it's unfortunate. Precious Michael, the Tinubu government does not have the will to end this insecurity. It is only going to get worse. They don't have the political will. See, political will is that as the president of the country, nothing that goes on in the country that he doesn't know. You dey feel me? As the president of the country, the number one drug dealer in Nigeria, the security forces of Nigeria knows him or her. The worst criminals that you have no idea what they are doing, the security forces in Nigeria, they are aware of them. That's why when they want some, they will declare them wanted. If they want some that they just want to make disappear, but they still exist, they have them. They know where the hardest, the most hardened criminal in Nigeria history, still alive. They know the prison they are. So the point I'm trying to make is that the president of a country is not just a state governor or what do you call it? All information comes to him. So they have to deal with which one is relevant, which one is not relevant. They tap on your phones. They listen to your phone calls. They read your text messages. They read your emails. You need to understand this, that they have all the mechanism to know all of these things. That's how much what government is in this regard. So if the president of the country has been so compromised that after having all this information, all of this, and having all of the tools, all the, what do you call it? Everything you need, right, to end anything you want to end or continue whatever you want to continue. Sure, you get me now. But the political will to now say, hey, now we have had enough. This Boko Haram guys, this or that, here is the network. They will build the network of those who are funding them, where they are getting their money, where they are getting their weapons, everything. They will build everything. And as a government, they can wipe all of them out. And they can wipe more than 90% of them. They can wipe them out at a specific time as planned as a government. Do you know the Nigerian government sponsored the rivalry between ISWAP and Boko Haram? It's on record though. Nigerian government, they gave money to ISWAP to attack Boko Haram. They gave money to Boko Haram to attack ISWAP. Both met on Lake Chad. When they finished clashing, the ISWAP had the first hand. Okay? They killed more than 500 Boko Haram fighters. This is true story, and it is recent. Who orchestrated that? They said Nigerian government orchestrated that. Meaning, why not just take the control of Lake Chad? These people are already taking the control of the Lake Chad. If you want to probably do it, well, here is this. When you are killing yourselves, there will be no soldier, there will be no Nigerian military, there will be no Nigerian Air Force. You see, when these two were fighting, it lasted for a whole 2 weeks on Lake Chad. Every 2 days. Once this one crushed this one, they go back. After 2-3 days, they will be back on the water again with their canoe boat and all that, right? They will be back again. Killing themselves. Throughout those clashes that Nigeria is aware of, Nigerian Army, Nigerian Air Force, they were aware of them. There was no aircraft that flew over them. Instead of Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Air Force, to use the opportunity that they are fighting on Lake Shadow, they are both together right now. We are going to drop 180 80 bombs on them. And then you just come as they are shooting themselves, you drop bomb on them. Shebi, government, no, they didn't. They allowed them to kill themselves very well. And then the media started reporting the clashes between Boko Haram and ISWAP fighting over territory. 160 people died. 160 terrorists died. Over 300 died between two terrorists. So it's just so you know that if the government wants anything to end, all it takes is the political will. Tinubu doesn't want to offend the Islamists of northern Nigeria. It doesn't. It doesn't want to offend the Izala movements. No. It doesn't want to offend the Islamic something of Nigeria in that Sultan of Sokoto's office, Caliphate. No. Because if he should, that decision could spell his political doom. A confrontation that somehow it will love to avoid, because those that surround him have advised him, don't worry yourself, Nigerians are just noisemakers. We'll tell them that we are doing our best. We can't do all those things people are saying. We'll do it this way. This is the way we're going to do it. And it is like doing the same thing again and again, expecting a different result. So Tinubu have all the power to end it. All the power. They will tell you America has been fighting terrorists for the past 50 years. Alaye, calm down. Okay? There are some external people funding these people. As a government, where is the political will to confront and expose that? Why do you think it is all right for governments to be using conspiracy theory? Like me and you, we feel the talk say, oh, but in America, they sponsor all this thing in Nigeria. Oh, no be America, not China. No be China. No, those conspiracy theories, they are okay. Be apologists. We can be saying all of that based on whatever we know, okay? Government shouldn't be saying that. Government should be specific. Government will tell you this and this is what they found. But unfortunately, government is the one that does propaganda the most. So they would rather just drop all those, all those conspiracy thoughts. They will drop them in your midst, and all of you should go and figure it out. And when you now ask them, how come you cannot end terrorism? They will start saying that you think it's easy. Do you think it's easy? Do you know how many external factors that are involved? They say, who are those external factors? Give us names. As a government, tell us. Say, America, they do them. Or now Britain, they do them. You can tell us, stop giving us conspiracy. Let people make conspiracy up. Government should be able to be straightforward. But because it is Nigeria, they don't have the political will. Intentionally, they will pretend that they are doing something when they know they are not doing anything. And in the long run, they just take their time and get the hell out. And guess what? The people who are left on their own, vulnerable, open to all this, exposed to all these killings. And the way it is, Baba. Oh, Adeza. Thank you very much, Lababs. Baba, thank you very much. So I've got the DKNY. What's that? If Obi supporters can't support Showore, we might be able to chase those criminal politicians out of Nigeria. I will say that too. But unfortunately, the obedience still believe that a new Nigeria is possible through election. So maybe they are going to get to that. I've said that before. Maybe they just have to get to that stage where we have gotten to. That stage where they will begin to realize that these people are just using them to validate their hold on power. So then they will get tired of the promises of elections. And then maybe they can begin to see what Showore and the revolution now have been seeing. And then maybe they can just, in this day and time that you are now seeing all this political alignment and realignment, even with people that tend to be sworn enemies, they are already, realigning right now. So there is a chance that people need to experience that disappointment at a ground level and understand why the system is indeed actually programmed that way. And then you realize that, oh, if this is it, then there is actually no future. There's no real future for us here. Say, yeah, there is none, except the one you have to make yourself. You would have to be the architect that's going to have to draw your own future. These ones, they don't get plan for anybody. And you have to know that. You have to come to that terms. And you have to come to the term that it is not just these ones. It is what the system built. They built that system that way. And the way it is, except you choose something else, you would have to abide by it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting some phone calls there. So we may be rounding up soon. What else? I've got Kalu Okpara, my man. Kalu, it's been a long time, Baba. So I am trying to stay healthier and stronger, but it can't be like say I'm getting under the weather right now. So I'm battling with this viral cold, and I'm worried that I don't want to be sick. You know what I mean? I don't want to be unwell, but I'll do my best. I've been drinking lemon, hot water, honey, and what? Yeah, I've been drinking that, but I don't know if it's working. And I don't like tablets. I don't like all those, I do my best to avoid them until the last minute. Now, Magnus, Ogbona Shara, APC government knows about the issues that has been going on in Nigeria for past 15 years or more now. Of course, they do. And that is why it is such a disappointment when people who speaks for them or supports them start gaslighting us and start telling us that the problem has been there all this while. So you don't expect him to fix it in so and so. People are not expecting people to fix a problem within a year. No. People just want to see that things are being done differently. That in the long run, all those lost years can be recovered in a short while if the country is on a good trajectory. But when you look at what the politicians are doing, and you compare it to what others before them were doing, because during their own time, they were telling us that they are doing the best. When Obasanjo was there, he had opposition. He was telling us that that was the best at the time. Yaradua came. Jonathan came. Bokuhari came. Now you have Etifnumbu. But every one of them is making you feel like Nigeria just starts when they become that leader. You get me now? Therefore, everybody should give them time like they need 100 years to get Nigeria back. And yet, when they are all out there telling you they want to lead the country, they are telling you that they understand the country, they know the problem, and we fixed so in 1 year and all that. When you start asking them, then they are like, did the problem start last year? Should the problem started there last year? The problem that has been there for 50 years. But we knew all of that. This guy knows too. So how are you making it worse or making it better? They are not making it better. They're going to make it worse. Anyway, so I want to do an hour before I go. Okay. So thank you so much, Luda Cornflower. Thank you. Libobs. Thank you. So, and then the Charm has joined us now. I can see her come on. So the insecurity and the compromised security architecture of Nigeria exposed us, all of us, exposed us to either getting kidnapped in our homes or getting taken on the road. And when that happens, right, it is it's more or less like you're on your own. There is no safety net. There's no provision, a national provision that's like, if you are a victim of kidnappings and all of that stuff, you can get rehabilitation from government programs. But these guys are doing programs for terrorists, rehabilitating them, telling us how to accept them, how to, you know what I mean, like accept them back to the society. They are our brothers. How? Asao now. Asao now. So that's why I said that the political will to, they were actually supposed to be doing everything to rally the people together, and they could have won this war on terror. You dey feel me now? If the government says the president of the country comes and speak to everybody that listen, guys, this is the situation we are in this country. Okay? And we just have to work together to defeat these people. So the government has designed a different sort of like platforms to tackle these problems. Okay, we've got the military, we've got the police, we've got the other secret police, and all of them working around the clock to ensure that all the cells of these terrorists across the country are completely destroyed. But we're also going to need you, citizens. So we can start a citizen watch, the one that gives you a voluntary, kind of like a volunteer position, where those of you who have had their military trainings, whether outside Nigeria or inside Nigeria, ex-military officials, ex-soldiers, and all of those guys, and you ask them to please begin to come and, what do you call that thing? Re-enlist for your country, to come and re-enlist. And there's a special team, a special force that's going to complement the operations of the military, okay, across the country when it comes to going after these terrorists. Or you may say you have how many? You have 150,000 or 250,000 military soldiers in Nigeria, in your military. You may raise another 1 or 2 million former soldiers in Nigeria who are going to do the volunteer jobs. The one that guarantees that if any of them loses their life, they get a certain amount as the life insurance. I'm talking about money that is money can buy or bring them back. But the one that says if for any reason you have to die on this, right? The government is going to pay your family, right? Over 200 million naira. Not that money, but the fact that you can know that there will always be something that is going to be probably the consolation for your loved ones who are never going to say why, but why. And then put them to use with their experience and all of that. Send them all over the country. Dispatch them. You have 150,000 soldiers. No. You can raise 1 million extra soldiers. Different expertise, experience, local and international. That is called political will. Because if they do that, they will uproot every terror cell in Nigeria. Maybe not 100%, okay? But automatically, even terrorists will begin to feel like Nigeria is not a cheap place to go and establish your terror business. Give me 2 minutes. I want to go and blow my nose. So, now you tell me, is any of this practical or not practical? For a government, not individuals. You think it's not practical? But the political will to do it is the problem. Do you think that is hard? Where citizens themselves feel like they need to protect their country. We need to fight these terrorists. All this nonsense that we are seeing and all of that. All these people will not even pay retired soldiers. So they are likely not going to get anybody to answer them. If they say we want everybody to return back to base, we want to go after the terrorists. This time around, we want to sweep them away from Nigeria entirely. Now we need an extra 1 million fighting soldiers. 1 million. I want back, terrorists will run. People will die, of course, but most of the terrorists will not go alive. They won't go out of Nigeria alive. So, because the political will, yeah. It's a political will, and that's sad. So you have DKNY. Tinubu should use Agbero and URTW in Lagos. So Fulani politicians should use their own terrorists. God damn it. No, you see now, because Nigeria was so divided. Me and they talk like if Nigeria was a real country with real leaders. So right now, people are always saying that no go die for Nigeria. You know what I mean? James, right? Sir, I know you mentioned you don't like medication, and I am the same, but I use the Trovine nasal spray. Okay, and I try that, but it's late now. So our chemist is kind of like close. And then tomorrow is Monday. So I may even call the doctors in the morning. You know, the way we do our own here in the UK, you call the doctors or you go to the chemist and just tell them about that, right? So James, I'll remember that, okay, Papa? Thank you. Let's see this. So Fatai Musbao said, is Tinubu going to win election in the north with the way insecurity worsening? The thing is, the question about whether Tinubu will win, we need to put context. I don't know. I've started using that context. Context matter. Sure, you get now. Now, this is a joke, and it probably is not funny, all right? But I don't know. It's kind of ringing in my head, all right? Context matter. So, is the way killings in northern Nigeria that is worsening right now, is the killing in northern Nigeria worsening under Tinubu? Yes. But the context of the killing, is the context worsening? Buala will say, no, the context is not worsening. Because right now, yes, more people are being killed, but people believe that Tinubu is doing his best. And that is what people want. They want to see that government is doing its best. But here is the thing, okay? And it is on that note that they are going to say if Tinubu win or not. So winning in northern Nigeria is like saying Tinubu won the last election. So, Musbao, the question should be, with the way things are in northern Nigeria, all these killings and all that, do I think Tinubu or APC, Egbekegbe's popularity will still be so good enough for them to rig election for Tinubu without consequences in northern Nigeria? Do you get that? Now you can frame the question like that. And then I can be able to say, I don't know. Because you can't underrate these criminals. In most cases, to be honest, the people that are the direct victims of all of this, all these killings, all this displacement and all of that, majority of them, they do not see how they could use election to punish these people. They have no idea. Most of them are very poor, uneducated, and mostly so vulnerable enough that all it's going to take is to go and give them some food, money, okay? And then you will see them queue up, shouting APC. And you, that is so worried and concerned about them, you will just be left for a fool. We have seen it many times. They couldn't provide shelter for people in refugee camps, IDP camps. But whenever election is coming, they will take ballot boxes there after giving them money and food, just because they wanted them to validate election. So that is why we cannot completely say win in that context. So to context matter. Musbao, context matter. And the context here is that if people are to pay back APC, with what they have done to them, there should be nothing called APC anywhere. But you and I know that that is not how it works. In fact, you are seeing more and more young people who are now openly professing that they are supporting APC. And then you are there wondering, like, is this even real? Say, yes, I would rather support APC. I would rather APC. I want APC. I say, what's going on? So that's what Nigeria is right now. Okay. So I've got Adeniyi Ayantobo. You're talking about Sunday Igboho. Well, I have spoken about Sunday Igboho a few times. So my own is just like, people should know that when we started the Yoruba Nation advocacy, do you understand right now? Igbo was not part of it. I've told you this many times before. But the moment, the time he started going after the Fulani terrorists, terrorizing Yoruba land, that got the attention of a lot of us, especially the diaspora. This platform alone raised over 50 million naira in support of that. Is what do you call it? Is emergence at the time. Do you get that? So ours was just like, we've got a lot of things in common. Those who are supposed to speak up for the Yorubas have become so compromised, sold out. And here is Sunday Igboho. What do you think we should do? We gave him all and we supported him and all that. Okay? But unfortunately, these same people wanted him dead. They could have killed him by now. They actually wanted him gone and dead. So if somebody like him, after all of that, people died too, remember. People died in Ojota in Lagos. People died in his house. People died who became, the victims of what they believed was a righteous advocacy. Everybody must stand together. Yoruba nation now. Yoruba nation now, now, now. Sorry. Sure, you guys say Yoruba nation now, now, now. Only for somebody like that to now go back to the APC. They wanted to do everything to destroy, that advocacy, the message. And they continue to destroy our people. They are not developing our people, no. So if somebody like that can then go back to them or more, yeah, if you can't beat them, you join them. It's just sad, Or what? Guess what? Even within our group, the Yoruba Union group, which we have distanced ourselves from them for a very long time. You know that one now. The moment I started noticing all these, this unexplained moves and all that, I quickly pulled myself out years ago. You remember? So, but within our group, they've got their own sympathizers too within Yoruba Union. That has nothing to do with them. You still have our own Yorubas who are sympathizing with them. Don't be surprised. Okay, we've had some of them who were pretty much even fighting to defend them, defend this. What do you want them? What do you want him to do? He sacrificed himself for Yoruba. What do you want him to do again? Do you want him to die? Do you want them to kill him? Leave him alone. Let him go and join them. I say, well, of course. Everybody go do what they're supposed to do. But the only thing we go pain a lot of you most. What would pain majority of you most is when Tinubu is no longer president. And these characters will now come back and begin to say, Yoruba mo dá dúró ni, àwa Yoruba máa gba òmìnira, àwa Yoruba ò ṣe Nigeria mọ́, we are not doing Nigeria again. That is hypocrisy. That is pretty much hypocrisy, madness, the mental problem. So if you start seeing all these our sisters in London, all these our elder women and men in London who are mostly buying these lies from these guys, start telling you to go and get another banner. Yoruba nation, now. You are making a fool of yourself, or you are allowing them to make a fool of you. That's the one that will be a complete joke. So they are saying that Tinubu is going to give them Yoruba nation when he gets his second term. They are saying that. That's what they're going to tell most of you in Yoruba land. They are working on it right now. They're going to come and tell you that Tinubu is going to announce Yoruba nation. He's going to restructure Nigeria. He's going to, That's what they will tell you. Yeah. Oshun Abianambra still hold on to their state like Supreme Court did in 2023. Well, if you know Tinubu very well, okay, and their own idea of progressives, they will just kind of make them the appendages of APC, but they don't have to take all those places. But they're going to take Oshun from Adeleke. Yeah, they're going to rig Oshun. No matter how much Adeleke thinks they love him in Oshun, or no matter how resistance the people of Oshun, because I have seen a lot of them who are saying that APC cannot take Oshun. Nobody wants APC in Oshun. Well, nobody wanted APC in Edo. I mean, not to the point of them becoming or winning any governorship election. They didn't win an election in Edo. There are those who voted them in Edo. I'm not saying people didn't vote them, but they didn't win any election in Edo to be governor. But now them they Edo now. It's just that Stockholm syndrome does happen. I mean, affect a lot of us that sometimes we just forget events when they happened and how they happened because they have been like a year ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. They are going to rig Oshun. They're going to take Oshun. It's so important to them before 2027. They want Oshun. And the way they have spread it is that they've got Edo. So Soludo is not a threat from Anambra. It's all right. Same thing with Alex Otti in Abia. It's not a big threat. So Alex Otti is just going to be just one. What do you call it? Osun State is very, very crucial for them because of any shocker that the northern Nigeria may pull. Okay, so they are not counting on the north that way. Yeah, that is a Tifnubo. It's not counting on the north. So what he's going to make sure of is that when he captures a state like Osun State alone can say, 1.5 million votes for Tinubu. They can write it for Osun. Ondo State may have like a 2.1 million vote for Tinubu. Lagos State may have like a 4 million vote for Tinubu alone. Ekiti State may have up to maybe 400,000 or 500,000 votes for Tinubu alone. So when you go to Edo, they may pick out a 2.5 million for him in Edo. So by the time they pick all this number from everywhere, Akwa Ibom, all these areas, even northern Nigeria go they cry, say, what happened to the three Kardashians? Kaduna, Katsina, and Kano. They will change it, the KKK states in northern Nigeria. They will build them in southern Nigeria. That's what they want to do. Delta, they will go to all these places. They will mount the number. Even you will come from southern Nigeria. You will laugh. I say, oh, who gave him all these votes? So those who are from Kano, they will realize that when the opposition says, opposition score 1.1 million in Kano, they will say Tinubu scored 800,000. But when they say Tinubu scored 2 million in Ondo, the fit talk say na 2,000 query, na 2,000 opposition scored in the entire Ondo state, 2,000 votes. If you don't agree with them, go to court. You know it. You go to court. They'll tell you to go to court. That is what I see. And I am not using reverse psychology on you. No. You need to see it that way. The only way that people can possibly surprise Tinubu, show you the film now. The only way people can stop Tinubu is when, for example, they say you have 105 million registered voters. And let's assume that you manage to get 70 million of you out. Is that even possible? Because there is no 105 million voters in Nigeria. There is no 105 million voters. But can you pull out 70 million all over the country to make it hard for them to rig? No, you can't. Your elections have shown that people are no longer interested in elections. Your series of elections in the last, especially in the last 5 years, have shown that people are not interested in election. The 2023 election that seems to be the loudest, it is also it's the lowest it is the lowest one that people participated. It's the lowest with the lowest participation, 2023 election, where you had just about only 25% of the registered voters. That's abysmal. People believe that they are writing the figure. I'm not going to go and waste my time. And the system itself, they ensure that there is a voter suppression. They ensure so intentionally they didn't want you to get your voter's card. Your voter's card will go missing. Your name will be replaced or misspelled. They will do all of that intentionally to cut down those of you who are not going to participate. So it's a lot. It's a lot. But you need a lot of people. 20 million or 40 million people. Once they come out, let's say this polling unit now, they have 5,000 registered voters. Another polling unit, those who came to say they want to vote, they are like a 4,992. Only 8 people, only 8 voters, no show. So even if those who want to rig comes down and say, this one go hard though. It go hard here to rig go. That's the most of the theory, but it's still pretty much like encouraging you to participate in their charade, knowing what the outcome is going to be, you know. It's a deja vu. Eh? Yeah, it's deja vu. You see, Fatai is not going to waste his time participating in any election. And there are going to be millions of Fatai who are using their voter's card as a form of ID card. I said, do you have any ID card with you there? Driver license, national ID card, or voter's card? Oh, yes, I have voter's card. I say, okay. Is that your name? Mr. Musibao Fatai? Yes, that's my name. Okay. We are going to photocopy your ID. I say, yes, okay, go and photocopy my ID. But when the day you are supposed to really use it, you are not interested. You would rather just go on and put on your Netflix, buy fuel for your generator. And then while you are watching Netflix, be YouTube, you are scrolling your internet, reading the updates. Hey, they don't break this one do for Woroshoki. Our police don't shoot 2 people for Woroshoki because of votes. So, hey, they don't kill 1 person for Asaba because of votes. You know, inside that your room where you watch your Netflix. You know, say, I want to lay down the shot. This country, we all need to do better. This country, we need the revolution. He no vote. You don't do anything. He's there in his house. Drinking, whatever it is. I say, I go waste my time. I go waste my time for these people. For inside Reno. So they have done so much to discourage you from participating. And that makes it more like, hard, Gosha. But yeah, at a point, people will probably have. So, champ, sorry that I'm not taking calls. It's because I've got this and I don't want to stay for too long, okay? So, I'm going to need to go and rest early enough, right? Sorry. So, I want to say thank you to everybody, okay? And yeah, I'm still working on our channel to ensure that everybody in the temple continue to receive their own notifications and all that, okay? So those of you who always turn up, kudos to all of you, okay? And please remember, like and share it. I'm going to see you again tomorrow. If I don't feel too better to set up anything, then I'm going to do another Maiyegun's Maiyegun's live chat, okay? And we can have a chat like this. So thanks for your time. We read. God help me. Anyway, thank you so much, okay? You have a good evening.